What about you? And in the garage today we have a Hyundai i30, and as you saw in the intro, it's really noisy, and well, it needs an exhaust flexi. Simple as that. So this video could apply to any car, of course. You know, this is an exhaust flexi. It could be anything at all. So it just happens to be this car. So it's more about how I tackle these rusty bolts and how I get them off. And I use my trusty heater inductor, which I've probably mentioned a few times in the channel, and I did do a bit of a video on it one time ages ago when I first got it. But we'll see it in action here, see how it does. This is my heat inductor. Had it about nearly 2 years. Don't use it all the time, but by goodness, it comes in handy. I'm telling you, at times, you know, for exhaust bolts which are completely rusted solid, and you know, other small fasteners that maybe hold handbrake cables and stuff like that. Those type of small bracketry, and especially when it's in around a fuel tank, the advantage of this is isolated heat, no big flame waving about all over the place, and you know, works quite well. This is a 2 kilowatt, and it's air cooled. There's a fan in the back, so you turn it on. And in the UK, this is marketed by Sealy, which is a UK brand, and it's pretty expensive now. Sealy sell it for about £800 or £900 or something like that. I bought this on AliExpress. It is the Sealy unit. It's the exact same Sealy unit. Sealy are the UK distributor of this product, and it's about half the price. So you get with it a range of these bios here, and let's see, so you get a range of these coils, and you get this big flat one as well, which is for body work, you know, so you hold that onto the body and heat it up. And you get a one that isn't coiled, which is just a piece of string, very flexible. I don't think I've ever used that one. You get that one there for just, you know, touching on to things, and but it's these wee coils are the main thing that I use it for going over bolts. So larger one, a couple of those ones are, which are roughly the same size, and that's what all you get with it. I have then bought the 2000 watt, the 2 kilowatt Sealy coil there. You can get them on I got that on eBay, 20 quid or thereabouts, and that one there's slightly different design, so you know, that can go on to a bolt like that there, you know. So instead of having to hold it up, you know, face on, but you can go face on with this one, but instead of going side on with this one here. So that has proved in the length of it as well. So in for nooks and crannies, you get right in, and it's localized heat, and it's quite small. That's only a 15 mil one. So what I find I use this a lot for are smaller fasteners. You know, maybe 10 mil, 12 mil, 13 mil headed M6, M8 sort of bolts, and they're in, you know, above an axle or something like that, you know. And if I know for sure that if I didn't put the wee bit of heat on it, it would have snapped, and then you're in the drill match. And so, time saver, that's the key. Right, we'll go for this one first, up at the cat end. So where it's hottest, you know, it'll degrade the bolt more probably. So just as a rough sort of rule of thumb. So we'll get that coil around the bolt, and we'll give it a go. So this 2000 watt one, the reason why I went for that is, you know, the handheld ones, which are maybe only 1000 watts. Well, they have a tendency of blowing up in your hand, and they don't have a very good duty cycle. And this one here, mine, you know, it has a limited duty cycle as well, but nevertheless, you know, you can hold it on for maybe 20 seconds or 30 seconds to get a bit of heat into this, you know. So the initial heating, you can let the thing rest for a wee while, and give it another go, you know. So a smaller bolt, you know, some of the smaller bolts sometimes it takes a wee bit longer to do because these things only work on steel. They only work. It has to have ferrous metal in it. It doesn't work on aluminium. So, you know, the sort of more steel there is, the larger the bolt is, the quicker it actually heats it. You know, so. So let's see if any movement now. Yeah, it's starting to go. Not tea bag. I'll give this one a go. So, what you're actually doing here, you know, a lot of people, you automatically sort of assume, a lot of people would think, well, what you're doing here is you're trying to expand the nut. So you're trying to make it grow so it's easier to come off. But what, you know, you are doing that, that's not wrong, of course. But what you're actually really doing here is, see, whenever you heat up the rust on the bolt there, whenever you heat that up till it's red hot and you cook it, you know, what you're actually doing is that the rust turns to like dust, you know. So that's really what you're. Oh, got a tight one here, boys. That's really what you're trying to achieve. Now, these studs are, I don't know, what is that, M8 maybe? M10 probably. These studs, so, you know, you might have got this if you had to lubed it up and put penetrating oil on it. And I'm going to tell you something else. You maybe hear people, and you hear people talking on the internet, and see people talking on the internet, you know, you put PB Blast on it or something like that and let it soak in for days and days, you know. It doesn't soak in, you know, those threads are basically sealed there, you know. So, you know, how is any fluid going to get down into that bolt? It doesn't. So you can leave that on there for years and the fluid isn't going to seep down in. It's a waste of time, that too. Now, of course, let me see, these ones here, you may think they're a wee bit more accessible and all that, but they're actually going to be more difficult because this here is just on a rubber mount. This flexi is broken. The ones we did there were solidly mounted to the cant, so we'll not be able to get as much purchase in these, but anyway, sure, we'll see how it goes. Now, this is real time. There's no editing in this, so it's not as if I'm going to speed it up or something. So just to the left of this, off camera, there's a plastic cover with petrol fuel lines, just a couple of 3 inches, say, the left of where we are. So the whole advantage of these things is containment, and these nuts are slightly smaller than the other one. So we'll see. Well, I can't get any purchase on it. So we're going to have to put an impact nut. Right, so just heat it up again when I went and got an impact. Sometimes you need to heat it up a couple of times, anyway. So I'm going to use an impact with multi-speeds on it. Let's start off with a low setting first of all. Low settings just so I don't snap it. So I'll give her an RV heat, I think. So these back two, I might have to replace them anyway, but sure, we'll see. I'll just put that on again, temporary like. So that'll cool down for a second or two, and then we'll put our heat resistant welding gloves on. The last thing you want to do is burn your fingers, burn your digits. You know, it'll make the rest of it all a bit harder with burnt fingers. You don't want to do that. So that's just it. Stiffen her up again so we get the other one off. We'll interrupt that monotony there just to show you something that just came. The guy delivered this by hand. He got this done, and it's one of the clients there. What do you got there? That's his car that features on the channel. Dave, you know Sterl and the What About You, and yeah, it's an Audi A4. It's featured on the channel a couple of times. So he's went and got this made. So it's a great surprise. And what's this here? Northern Ireland Wheelburn Association, they appreciate your help. So yeah, he's it features on the channel doing a wheelburn and a couple of other things, and I think he's looking at another wheelburn done. Now the man that gave me that T-shirt, he never comments on the channel, but he's a big fan of YouTube, and especially Sandy. He loves Sandy Anderson. So I'm going to ring him here and see what he says. Put it on speakerphone.
What about you, boy?
All right, bye. How's it going? You all right?
Oh, the very best. Living the dream. Living the dream.
I was just showing off your T-shirt there that you brought. Some job.
Does it fit? Does it fit?
Oh, I haven't tried it on yet. Like, you know, I was only just showing it off to the punters there. You know. So I was telling them there that you're a big fan of Sandy Anderson.
The legend, Sandy Anderson.
Oh, the legend. And
Legend.
and Roddy.
Well, I think Roddy might be the star of the show. I think he doesn't get enough of the plaudits, maybe.
You think that?
Well,
Roddy, a top man.
Top man, number one.
Does Sandy take all the credit then, do you think?
Well, I think that now. It seems to be Roddy seems to be the main man now.
Oh, very good.
I'm only joking. He's a top man. Top man. Enjoy his shows now.
Yeah. Would you be addicted to the Sandy Anderson channel, or
Addicted. It's an addiction. It's an addiction.
are you seeking help for that, or?
No.
Oh, very good. Barry.
He's a good lad. Good lad. Enjoy it very much. I'll do your show as well now.
I think you're just saying that. You're just saying that because you're on camera.
No. Well, I'm looking at another wheelburn done, so looking at a reduction.
Exactly. A reduction? Yeah. Would you let Roddy do your wheelburn if he was local?
Oh, 100%.
No bar at all.
No bother to Roddy fella there, wheelburn.
Right, okay. I'll stay on.
All right.
See ya. Radio. Cheers. Thanks. Bye.
How does that gobshite get on the television?
I suppose this video is boring. You might find this boring, but I think it's therapeutic. You know? You see a big rusty bolt there that, you know, right, that doesn't want to come off. There's no way that's going to come off without encouragement, you know? And then the euphoria of defeating it, you know? You go, yeah, we can always win. So it's just like these wee minor challenges that you get a bit of a kick out of. You know, that's all this is really, isn't it? Yeah, we'll just set that on the bit of wood that I have on the floor. Let her cool down. And you might think, you're a bit late at putting the Panther on now. You should have done it at the start. Well, that's just to cool it all down, really. If you put the WD-40 or Panther on the threads and then put the heat inductor on it, you know, you get a hell of a lot of fumes. So it actually burns the WD-40 off. I'm not saying it doesn't help, like, but you know, you get a hell of a lot of fumes if you do that. So if you're going to think you use a heat inductor, then you just go for it. You know, but you know, obviously with the thing growing red hot, yeah, you just have to watch when you're going to handle it. So at least that's going to cut it down a bit for you. So there we go. Lovely. Well, I've had a bit of a doing too. That helps getting these rubbers off. No end, I'm telling you. I don't know why people don't do that. Just a quick douse on the old rubber components, and makes her slide off lovely. So, just take this off now. Well, here we are, and you can see the black bit around here, you know. So, first inspection, visual, you would say, you know, the owner probably says, oh, well, it's leaking out of there. But the rasping, the thing that's actually making the noise is where it's coming out of there. So you get a resonance, you know, where it's spitting out of this smaller aperture. And it was hardly leaking out of there at all, really. You know, it has been because there's carbon, but you know, there isn't really a big lot of carbon here at all, but that was the main leak. So that's it. That Flexi is banjaxed.
Banjaxed to break, ruin, or destroy. This computer is banjaxed. It's taken 2 minutes for every website to load.
We'll have a replacement. So no stud in this one, and new gaskets. And what's this one here? This is a Clarius. So yes, there we go. Clarius.eu, and very cross community, these exhausts. I like that. Well, there we go. That's that wee bit of the exhaust fitted. Gift. So what else would you be doing for a morning there? Would that take an hour or something? Wouldn't even be that. But yeah, new bolts. The back here, as you saw, the original one had studs, so we just had to replace those. So that'll be fine and dandy. This part of the exhaust is better than probably what it looks, but so that'll do great for the life of this car. Well, there you go. That's that done. Not much of a video really, but it just shows you that heat inductor in action there. So I think it's time for a break, and with these wee promotional items now and again. This is a brake supplier. that I use quite a bit. Use their products quite a bit. Not, you know, not a sponsor and all that, as they say. So what's that? Stress ball. That'll be handy for holding door handles out and stuff, you know. Plus, relieving stress. But yeah, what else do we get in here? Ooh, that'll do me. That'll do me. Oh, hold on. What's this? Walkers? Oh, we don't need. Oh no, we don't need that. We don't need them over here. Oh no, they're no good. Get the proper thing in there. That's more like it. Right? Hope you enjoyed the video. All the best. Thanks very much for watching, as ever. And
High five.
high five.